Today we're talking about the 3 worst money blocks that prevent you from being rich. The reason why super abundant people are so lucky with money is because they're completely wide open to receiving that money. They're fully unblocked. Now, you may have tried many different money techniques, but how do you stay so completely unblocked, so fully open to receiving it without having to worry about money? Money attraction is an art, and it is one of the toughest things to master when you're beginning to attract money yourself. But there is good news. Over the past 14 years, I've studied so many stories, books, courses, hypnosis, everything of the works to understand how did people who went from broke to massive abundance do it, and I figured out the formula, and that formula is what we're going to break down today, and it works every single time. And in case we haven't met, my name is Kartika. I achieved financial freedom at a very young age using money energy work, and today I teach over 40,000 people around the world how to also attract abundance in their life. And this is my jam, this is my passion, this is what I can do all day long. So let's jump in. Block number 1: not realizing that money is the exact same as oxygen. You see, when we breathe in oxygen, it nourishes our body, and when we breathe out carbon dioxide, it nourishes certain life around us. Now replace that with money. When we bring in money into our lives, it nourishes our life, and as we spend money, it nourishes the lives of people around us. Now when we exhale, we don't panic because we know that another inhale is coming, because we believe that oxygen is an infinite resource, an abundant resource around us, and we will be perfectly fine. We don't have to worry about how to live. We know that we'll be able to breathe normally. Now, if you had that same attitude towards money, the money is as abundant as oxygen, then when you spend, when you exhale with a good attitude, you will know, you would have that faith that if money is the same as oxygen, then an inhale, another wave of money is going to come into my life. I don't know how, but it will come into my life because money is an abundant resource and is around us, all around us, just as much as oxygen is. Now think of a magnet. On one end is lack, and on another end is abundance. Now, if we were told that there's a lack of oxygen, we would feel very suffocated and start fearing for our lives. But luckily, we've all known that there's an abundance of oxygen, so we don't worry about it. We breathe in and we breathe out and we feel peaceful. Now, let's replace that with money. If we were conditioned to think of money as a lack resource, not enough in this world, not enough for us, what ends up happening is we start feeling suffocated and feel like it's not enough. But if we were conditioned to think that money, like oxygen, is also an abundant resource, and we focus on the abundance part, then we would earn and spend easily and start feeling peaceful. Like a magnet, which side you focus on, whether it is lack or abundance of money, is what you're going to attract into your life. So staying focused on money, like oxygen being an abundant resource in this universe, will unblock you to start receiving more money to make you richer. This point is very important, but it won't make a difference if you don't couple it with unblocking the next block. So block number 2 is not realizing that paying is the exact same as earning money. What does that mean? Listen, imagine your blood circulation. If my blood is circulating through my hands and I stop it, I hold on to the blood, what happens is eventually if circulation is cut off, my body is going to have a problem. But if I don't hold on and I let the circulation happen easily, peacefully, then all my organs are supplied to and my body is healthy. Now let's replace the blood circulation with money circulation. Here's the biggest law of money that you must know and tattoo it on your hand to never forget this law. And that law is money must stay in circulation. You must always circulate money in order to earn money. So when you're spending money, especially when you spend that money and allow that money to be in circulation, that money will find its way back to you with interest. You see, when that money goes from you with an open energy, it's going to multiply in the world. It's going to serve so many people, and because it's in circulation, you've allowed it to go easily, it will come back easily. Money is, that's why it's called currency. It's a current, it's an energy that circulates if you allow yourself to spend with an open energy. So spending money with an open energy will clear the stagnation of money from your life and keep you unblocked to receive far more riches into your experience. Now, even if second block is cleared, it still makes no difference unless you clear the third block also. So you're completely fully open. Let's go to block number 3. Block 3 is expecting the beggar to sit on the king's table. What does that mean? Now, our attraction, what we attract into our lives, is a reflection of our identity, who we think we are. So let's look at two identities here, the beggar and the king. So let's look at the beggar's identity and behavior. The beggar feels there's no other way to make money, so he must remain a beggar. He worries if money will come and how will it come. He feels sorry for himself and separates himself from the rich. He believes money is hard to come by. Now let's look at the behavior that reflects the identity of the king. The king is aware of his abundance and the luxuries he lives in. He looks for more ways that flourish his kingdom. He values his resources that he can now trade with other kingdoms. And he is aware that he is a king and has the right to his wealthy inheritance and can dip into his treasury at any time. Taking the example of the king and the beggar, now I have a question for you. So pause now and tell me in the comments, do you want to be the beggar identity or do you want to shift to the king identity? If you chose shifting to the king identity, here's what you're going to do. You will first become aware of all your abundance and the luxuries you live in. So you'll make a list of all the luxuries you have, which is your TV, your mobile, your pantry full of masalas and maybe vegetables to make lunch today, your curtains, your couches, your carpets, maybe you have some gold, maybe your savings account, maybe you have a piggy bank. You're going to make a list of all the luxuries that you live in. You're going to look for ways to flourish financially. So you will put your energy and your mindset into becoming more abundant and finding what are your skills that you can give to the world. What can you do to become richer? What things can you sell? What kind of business models you can do? What kind of jobs can you apply for? So you will start looking for more ways to become richer. 3, you would value yourself and the skills, knowledge, and investments you provide to the world. If you start learning to see what you can truly bring into the world, which is a lot, you start digging into that. This is my value. I'm a good listener. I'm a good understander. I can take notes. I'm somebody who can really help a company, or I can really invest properly. I can study investment. There's so much I can bring to the table. You're going to start feeling more like a king than somebody who's at the mercy of someone else. And finally, you're going to become aware that you are born worthy and have a right to the infinite bank of the universe and can make withdrawals at any time. Now, thinking like a king matters because you are a king of your inner kingdom as well as your outer kingdom. Thinking like a king would make you more proactive in your energy as well as your efforts to start producing more money than thinking like a beggar who's always stuck in the state of being a beggar. So this shift from beggar to king is going to be the final unblocking to receive the highest amount of riches you possibly can, which is a lot. By the way, if you want to learn how to shift your energy and your identity to create abundance in all areas of life, not just money, I have a resource, a 4-hour resource in the description. It's a live class. You can check it out. It's called How to Change Your Life in Less Than 6 Months. You'll find that information below. Now, in this video, we've been through the 3 worst money blocks and how to unblock them. So we looked at how money is the same as oxygen. It's an abundant resource for us all to tap into. We looked at how spending is earning. So when you spend from an open attitude, that money must stay in circulation and will therefore circulate back to you with interest. We also saw that identity is a huge part of what we attract. So we must move from the identity of the beggar, which we saw what the beggar feels like, things like, into the identity of the king, and you are a king of your inner and outer universe. And if you're still with us, I really sincerely thank you for watching this. I hope you found some value in here. I'd like you to comment below what you took back. I'd also like you to subscribe if you like this kind of content and share this video with someone else who's also looking to unblock themselves to receive fantastic financial blessings into their life. And also let me know what do you want me to talk about in my next video. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you, and I'll see you in the chat as well as in the next video. Namaste.